everyone, it's Self and Treasure here, and welcome back to this week's little gaming video. Welcome back to A Mortician's Tale. In the last episode, we got through 2 different types of funerals that were specially requested by our clients here. And I wanted to continue this game because it's absolutely delightful. It's very calm, very serene, and I really, like I mentioned in the last episode, I actually really love how they're handling this kind of career. It's very genuine, you know, it's very down to earth. It's not, you know, overly tense or anything like that, and they're not treating it like it's something to be feared. It's just something that we have to deal with. You know, it's just something that we have to go through. So, and I really love how this game just completely radiates compassion. That is extremely hard to do, especially when it comes to, you know, situations like this, and particularly when, you know, funerals need to be held and things like that. But I think this actually does a very, very good job. So I wanted to continue with this game, and I wanted to see what other kind of missions we needed, like if I needed to actually like memorize what we had to do, or if I'm just going to be guided the whole time, or if there's a side story with my friend Jen, who kept emailing me back and forth in the last episode, or even Matthew or something like that. I don't know, there might be something a little more deeper to this game, or might not be, I'm not sure. But I wanted to continue and find out because I really enjoyed it. Okay, so what do we have for today? I must see. Okay, so Rose is my boss. My name is Charlotte, or Charlie as I like to go by. And let's see what my boss has to say. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Oh, that's very sad. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Okay. And let's see. Oh, hello. Oh, this is very short, sweet, and to the point. Okay, I like it. Okay, from Miss Lizzie Duvall. Oh yeah, because it was Mr. Duvall that we actually embalmed the last time. That was our last mission that we had to do. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Thank you. And from Miss Amy, passing on this lovely thank you note. Oh gosh, she's so sweet. I really like her. Oh, and Jen. Okay, here we go. Let's see how she is doing at her new job. Okay, Miss Jen, she says, Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate it when I give you some dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the quote-unquote death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014. That's like the bite of 87, except it's much worse. It's the breakup of 2014. Oh my God. And then we'll never speak of that again after this moment. Okay, duly noted. Thank you. Mwah. I love you. Chef's kiss. But you're always saying how tired you get of people who are scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea? Just promise me that you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure that you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin, and witchy goth aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom rant over. I love that. I can just imagine her making all the mom emotions, you know. Okay, rant over. I'm done. Nope, can't take this no more. Okay, done. I'm going to try it out because it turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Teratomas. Oh, I've heard that term before and I can't remember what it's called, or what it is. Sorry. Charlie, I didn't know that we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having the best friend who is just as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine on our next Skype date. Oh, that sounds lovely. I wish I had wine right now, but I don't. Instead, I have my delicious Nami coffee. Nom, 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 nom. By the way, I saw that the top of the morning coffee has been shipped to some people already. I haven't gotten mine yet. I'm still waiting. I want to try my first cup of coffee. I'm going to be like, oh, it's going to be so delicious. It looks like a really dark brew. I don't know, but oh, I can just imagine how it's going to taste, and it's going to be so wonderful when it gets here. I can't wait to try it. Can't wait to try it. And by the time I got to the website and tried to get a mug, no, the mugs were all gone, which I'm not surprised about. But anyway, I can't wait until it gets here. I'm really eager to try it. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, that's funny. That's also another YouTube channel that I like to watch. It's called Dead Meat. It's awesome. Go check it out. Isn't the best name for the death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet though. Love, Jen. Museum curator. All right, perfect. And then from Matthew, what does Matthew say? I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent you this. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna go grab some fast food before taking the hair through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm gonna take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Matthew J. Oh no. So does this not bode well for me? Is this place going to close down? But I just got hired. Oh no. Alrighty, now let's see what the Funerals Monthly has to say, because my lovely friend Jen, thank you so much, signed me up for this lovely subscription. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. Is that true? Whoa, I'm very flabbergasted. Holy shit. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. Well, hell yeah. And this absolutely extends to the pronouns and respecting the deceased wishes as per their lived experiences. Absolutely. Who the fuck does that? That's terrible. It's so terrible. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation, obviously, enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So a step in the right direction. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if any of this is true or not. I gotta look that up. I'm curious. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survived the deceased. Yeah, that's very true. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is to also ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. God, that's gonna make me cry. Shit. Wow. Let's see, nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Okay, got it. I was wondering when my cremation machine was going to be coming into play. Wait, don't we undress them first? That would be kind of weird not to. Okay, well, let's go over here. And we are going to cremate them. Okay. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we need to prepare her body. Okay. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as not to damage them. Let's start by removing her necklace. Okay. Click and drag the necklace and place it on the purple tray. We will place the necklace in the urn with Miss Hall's remains later. Okay. We need to be able to identify Miss Hall's remain after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Okay. Great. Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. We don't need to... Wait, what? We don't need to remove her clothes or anything? They can just all... Oh, all right. Gosh, wow. How does that... Wait. Huh. That is... Oh, is that her urn? Is that where she is now? Oh, no, wait. Okay, hold on. It's going to tell us how we need to get it out. Okay. So this is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Oh. Using the cremulator, we break these bones fragments down into ash-like remains. Oh. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Okay. Don't want to break it. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. Oh my gosh, how interesting. Oh, I gotta be careful. Careful. There we go. Ooh, gonna crush the skull. Now that the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back onto the counter. Okay. Boom. There we go. Make sure to put Miss Hall necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace and drag it into the urn. Okay. There we go. Don't forget the tag. Click on the round identification tag and drag it to the urn. Okay. Last step, click the lid onto the urn and drag it. Okay, there we go. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it along with some flowers. That is weird. So, is that what happens in real life? Like, when a person is cremated, they go in with, obviously they take off their personal metal items and stuff, but they don't have to be unclothed and they go in a coffin? What happened? What? God, I have so many questions. I have so many questions because I'm so curious. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, that's really lovely. Yes, very, very lovely. Okay, let's go talk to you first, ma'am. Who might you be? She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Oh, bless her heart. I had a grandma that was like that. She was like, I don't want a funeral. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want people to be sad over me. Just put me in the ground and just leave me be. She passed away a long time ago. She fought really hard. She was so proud of herself, and she never gave up, not once. Oh. Well, that's how you gotta go. You gotta go down fighting. Gotta stay strong. Go down fighting. Glad she was cremated and not in, like, an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. Okay, and we'll go over here as well. I wonder what would happen if I didn't talk to everybody in the room. Like, would somebody report back to the living persons of the deceased and say that I was being rude? I don't know. Like, there's no monetary gain right now, so it's like I won't be losing anything. This is nice in a weird way. She liked that we're all here talking. She's always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know it's weird, but those crab cakes are perfect. Huh. Okay. Do I need to do something else? Oh, no. I need to go up to her. Oh, okay, thank God. I don't want people to think I'm rude. I gotta pay my respects. There we go. Okay. I handled you in there, and I can be nice to you out here. I'll be nice to you in there and out here. February 14th, 10:14 a.m. Okay. Well, I'm currently just looking at my phone. Already. Okay. All right. I'm coming. Oh, hello. Oh no, don't tell me this is bad news. Oh no, don't tell me. What? I was just hired. I was just hired. Really? Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, well let's see what she has to say. Hi all, it is with from Amy. From Amy, let's see what she has to say. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct, but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna start crying. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. Oh. So we have been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image, quote unquote. That it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. And at least my father's legacy is still intact, somewhat. Oh. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. Oh, that's good. Okay. Phew. I'm not going to lose my job. Sweet. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry, I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand, sincerely, Miss Amy Rose. Oh, man, that's so sad. Okay, and let's see how Mrs. Hall handled the way that everything was set up. Hi, Amy. I am so eternally grateful that you are able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. Yes, I would. Thank you very much. Oh, that's so sweet. From Ryan Garcia. Hi, Amy. Ryan Garcia, that was the first lady that we took care of. And who is this? Her son, maybe? I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you should know somebody I could talk to all about this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak my mom out right now. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. Huh. And now she's forwarding it to me. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know who else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect them, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You are a treasure, Charlie. A dolphin treasure? Maybe? I'm kidding. Okay. Maybe I should read these from the bottom up. Oh, Miss Amy Rose, are you not feeling well today because are you feeling sick? Are you doing okay? Or maybe you're just depressed. I don't know. From Miss Jenny. Yay, Miss Jenny. Okay. Charlie! Hey Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working out the overnight front desk shift at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. Like the one from Spooky House of Jump Scares? Those are really adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when the next one's in town. Love, Miss Jen. Love, love, love. Okay, let's see. I really like this subscriber monthly thing. It's actually full of really good information. You've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to greener natural burials. Excuse me. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's the bodies. It's that the bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment. And the bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also much cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. Wow, that's very cheap. So cheap in a sense that what they normally run for. Good Lord. At Union, I just read that. So better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore/preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors, while at the same time lessening the impact that we have on the environment as we go. We at the Funeral Monthlies think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. Well, I would love to reply, but there's no reply button. There's just the close button. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Best. Okay, I'll take care of it. I got it. All right, Mr. Reyes. Let's go ahead over here and see what we can do for you, sir. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry much about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide us any to include. Okay. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely do not want that. Yeah, no, that would not be good. So let's start by removing his pacemaker. Click and drag on the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. Okay, scalpel. Bam. Let's see. Slice and dice. Whoosh, whoosh. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps to click and drag the pacemaker. Okay. Wait. Click on the forceps and drag the pacemaker out of the heart. Oh, it's automatically there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, put them away and then place the round identifying tag in the coffin. Boom. Okay. And he's all set to be cremated. All right, let's go ahead and send him on through. Send him on through. Boom. All right, send him on in. Now I got to remember, it's just the bones that need to go in. Okay. Okay, we'll break the bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Okay. Place the urn here. Got it. Put the bones on top in the top of the cremator. Ooh, I gotta be careful with them bones. There we go. Okay. And I'll put you in there. And, oh, I gotta be very, very careful with this skull. Okay, there we go. Very good. Now I'll put the urn back onto the counter. Boom. Boom. All right. And boom. Voila. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it along with some flowers. Okay, very good. I don't have to do any of the setup, but now I gotta go say hello to the family. Hello, family. Okay. Alright, let's go over here to the guest book and see who this is, or what they have to say. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed to, like, he really cared if I was there or not. Wait, then who... Family friend? Oh, that's really disheartening. That's really sad. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a very difficult man. He was very stubborn. That's it. Just very stubborn. Sounds like he wasn't a very nice person when he was alive. What do you want us to do? What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go out to a patio somewhere. Yeah, that sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Yeah, a lot of people seem to be very yeah. He didn't sound like he was a very good person. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Man. I know, it's, you know, it really sucks hearing these nasty stories about him, but, you know, I gotta do my duty and just be respectful as I can. You know, I'm just work here. I just work here. That's it. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. All right, I'm over here washing my hands. We got forwarded a nice little thank you note for the nice little service. Okay, and Miss Reyes has said, "Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and I apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy." And then Miss Amy Rose says, "I thought I passed this along to you." Well, thank you very much. Jen says mushrooms. Okay, well, we'll see what she has to say here in just a second. It's the monthly subscriber thing that I'm really interested in. Okay. Hey, you, welcome back. Now that we rarely do listicles? Listicles. Is that a word? It is now. I like it. I like listicles. That's a funny word. But for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give out specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people, but fortunately we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what not to say to somebody who is grieving. So here it is, Funerals Monthly Top 5 Things Not to Say at a Funeral. 1. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this / it's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. 2. Were they saved? No religious statements, just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. Very true. Yes, very true. They're with the angels now. Please see the above note, then rinse and repeat. 4. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning don't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids, quote unquote. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them, take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy tickets to see a movie together. Oh, that's actually very sound advice. 5. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Just ask first. For a quicker version of this list can be applied in the situation, don't say stuff for the sake of just saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. In situations like this, it is sometimes really difficult to pull the right words together, and form a good sentence. Let's see. Mushrooms! You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. Well, gee, thanks, Jen. What do you got for me? I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look at what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it. And I'm writing you on this phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, The idea is that a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the bodies, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think that this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Okay, that's a great thing to compare it to. But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? I suppose. Love you. Think about it and let me know what your thoughts are. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead. Am I right? Thank you, Jen. Thank you very much. I never knew that they made suits out of mushrooms. That's actually a really good idea. Oh. Yes, I'm comfortable with this. No, I'm not comfortable. Ooh, what is this all about? Okay. From Manuel Scott to Amy Rose. Good day, Mrs. Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matter of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. Wait, what? Disregard our son's will as it concerns matter of his... Okay, hold on. There's more to this. I need to see here. Okay. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation, yet anyways, they're never easy. Rosendaughters has been asked to prepare a body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Oh no. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something that you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Oh, no. And I hate to go against his own will. I mean, that just... God, that sucks. But I mean... I hate that we have to go against his own will. But, you know, for the sake of curiosity, I'll say yes. I'm comfortable with this. I'll go ahead and take care of this. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, the poor guy. Okay. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Okay. Let's start by cleaning the body. Clean his body. Okay. Sponge. Let's go ahead and get you all cleaned up, my dude. I am so sorry that whatever was ailing you, it had to come to this. Okay. And I gotta massage the body. Alright. Okay, insert the eye caps. Alright, we'll insert the eye caps. I gotta glue the eyes shut. Cotton balls in the mouth. Stitch. Okay, make an incision. Boom. Place some tubing into the incision for draining. Alright. And then the canal. There we go. And then I gotta add more tubing, right? Connect the embalming to the cannula with it. Yeah. I'm trying. How? There we go. That was weird. Okay. Turn on the machine. Gotcha. And massage the body. Okay. You know what? it's disturbing and it's really sad, but, it's a part of the job. I'm just really sad that, the family wants to go against his own wishes, even though he had it clearly written out, but it wasn't legal. That's what I'm just more like disturbed about. I mean, when it comes to situations like this, it's unfortunate. Alright, there we go. Okay, I gotta sew you up. Boom, boom, boom. Now I gotta drain you with the trocar. Okay, I remember that. I remember that from yesterday. Okay. Pretty easy, pretty easy. All done. Mike will take care of his makeup as well as the dressing and put him in his casket. Okay, I can only hope that his family has good things to say about him. Because if they don't, then I'm gonna probably cry. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to see what they say. People look pretty devastated, so let's see. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself, and he wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It hurts. Yeah, I know. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Well, I mean, they asked for it. I wish we were closer. Wow, I still can't believe that this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. Quiet sobs. Let's go pay our respects. I am so sorry whatever you had to go through. I wonder what would happen if I didn't take the case. I'm curious. I mean, it's a part of my job, It's a part of my job. It happens. I've worked in the animal medical field before as a receptionist, but even as a receptionist, you still see a lot of hard stuff. You see a lot of stuff that you're not really prepared for. And it could be traumatizing, but because it happens like almost on a daily basis, you kind of grow not necessarily immune to it, but you kind of have to like put aside your personal feelings to actually put the protocol of what to do in place first, and then you can let your emotions loose afterwards. It's like you got to remain professional, and you got to remain in the moment, and you got to know exactly what you're doing and how to handle certain situations. If you lose it before, the protocol can be put into place, then you're just a mess and you don't know what to do and you can freeze up, So it kind of became like a second nature type of a thing to see those really harsh realities and to see those really hard situations that families had to go through with their pets. And I'll be honest, there are a couple days where it really got to me. There were a couple days like I got stories, and they're not fun stories. They're not happy stories. But so it's, oh man, I can't even imagine when it's like, working at a human clinic, I should say. But anyway, after that, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and end this episode here. Still a delightful little game. We had a tricky situation come up. That's something that's really heavy-hearted and that's really, really heavy topic. But we actually had some pretty heavy topics, throughout this episode. Some that actually have more serious implications and more real-world situations. And I'm still wondering if that information that I read about trans people and their funerals is true. I actually don't know. If it is true, I'm devastated. But yeah, I think this is a good place to stop here. If you guys want to go try this game out for yourselves, links as always will be in the description box below, and let me know what you think about this game in the comment section. I'm actually really curious to get your thoughts and your opinions. And if you guys play the game yourselves, I want to know how you do or how you feel about the game. And of course, if you did like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel for more content from myself, feel free to do so down below. Don't forget, we also have a Discord server, so if you want to stop on in or pop on in and say hello, I will be there to greet you. And as always, thank you again so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed today's little video. Don't forget to do awesome, be awesome, and stay awesome, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Bye-bye.